Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good middle of the night, depending upon what time of day you see and or hear this video. Hi, this is Oliplock Namor. I'm watching FIZZLE live with panel guest Benny Keys, which as you can see is still running live, and I want to get back to it because it is extremely interesting. I mean, I'm truly enjoying it, chat as well as content. But here's why we're going to listen to something here. A number of phone calls and emails have been made this morning. Emails have been sent to the Granger County, Tennessee detention facility, as well as to Mr. Rudis, who is the assigned probation officer for Brandon Lewis Lawson, son of Sheriff Ronnie Lawson of Hawkins County, Tennessee. These emails and phone calls have been made in an attempt to reassure the public and the victims of Brandon Lewis Lawson that he is indeed in jail. What we're going to listen to, and I hope it will come across, and I will leave a link to this live in the description below. Pardon me moving around, but I want to turn the volume up just a bit, just in case. Now, this is Benny Keys calling Brandon Lawson's probation officer.
All right, hold on. All right.
423-434-6800.
What's his name?
Rudis.
Does that go right to his phone?
You're going to have to press 0. It's going to tell you if you want to use the directory, and if not, then just hold or press 0, and then the lady will answer the phone.
Mr. Rudis.
Yeah.
Office hours are 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. We are closed on all state holidays. If you know your party's extension, please dial 434 and the 4-digit extension. To use the staff directory, press star key. Otherwise, press 0 or stay on the line for further assistance. Thank you. Wait while I transfer your call. State probation.
Yes, may I please speak to Mr. Rudis this morning?
One moment.
Hi, Mr. Rudis. My name is Benjamin. I was just calling to try to maybe get a little information about Brandon Lawson, if it's available. Yes, we're true crime correspondents. Well, if he's indeed a lifetime register, because there's some things on the paperwork to make it seem like he got time served, like he may be in halfway housing or something to that effect. Would that be accurate to say? But you would agree that if he's registered, we, as the public, do have a right to know exactly where he's located, correct? I mean, if he was in jail, then you would just say he was in jail, right? Okay, so yes, I do appreciate you answering my partner's, because so the issue is we have contact with some of the victims that were not familial to him, and we know that all the stuff with the paperwork and there's some jazz going on, but I know that's not your deal. You're just handling him as a probationary client. So we're very troubled with the with his situation saying time served, because he's already got 19 years suspended. To get time served suggests that what they told one of the victims and their mothers that he would do 365 days in jail. However, it looks to be like he could be in community supervision somewhere. So we're just trying to get it straightened out so that we can actually find out where the guy is at, because victims have a right to know if he's in jail or if he's creeping and crawling on the streets already.
Yeah, whatever's on the registry, he's on the registry. That's all public information. Other than that, I can't divulge anything at this time. I haven't even got the kids.
We know if he's on the registry. We know that.
Yeah, no, we know he's on the registry. We're trying to find out if he's in jail or not, because there's some paperwork that suggests that maybe he's not going to serve any of the 365. And I understand you got to be very careful about what you say, but as a community and knowing that we have access to two victims that weren't familial to him, they weren't given or allowed at the time to give victim impact statements, a whole lot of stuff. So we certainly, as a community, no, I understand that, absolutely. But we do understand that as even though he's the sheriff's son, we do demand to know where he's at, whether he's in jail, because I understand that I just called. They said he's in in detention, but that doesn't mean that he's in the jail. He could be out cleaning up trash right now, so we demand to know where he's at logistically. But you do understand the problem with that is because he's an aggravated sex offender, we have every right to know where he actually is right now. Correct? Yeah, but we also understand that is very vague, and it's also technicality too, as long as it's technically, so we get it, but
I can't control what the jail tells you or what he's doing in the jail. I have no control over any of that.
Were you asked to give him leniency in his probationary period?
Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Benny just asked Rudis, were you asked to give him leniency in his probationary period? And the guy put him on hold. Now listen to what he says when he comes back.
Yeah.
I'll try to leave y'all a timestamp for this. I'll have to wait until after her live
Give me a minute
ends.
to work him if he'll come back on.
I'll have to
work him.
I'll have to wait until after her live is over in order to give you a timestamp. She's still.
I certainly hope that Yes, sir.
How are you related to this whole situation?
How are you related to this whole situation?
I was appointed by the Wells, Summer Wells, some time ago as their unofficial family spokesperson.
And
so
one truly
I
has nothing to do with the other,
about
but
14 months
Benny is
business,
working the
and
guy.
I worked with the Wells family very, very closely. So
Sending the documents so you advocate on their behalf.
I got the documents. About
We are
Brandon
advocating for the
Lawson's
victims.
situation from the victims.
Call the victim coordinator and say that handles the case at the DA's office, and they can probably talk about
Call the victim coordinator at the DA's office.
That seems a little bit, it seems a little bit problematic, right, Mr. Rudis? All of this, like not actually knowing, because like we know exactly where everyone else is in the world logistically when they're. Okay. Okay.
I can find out more. We haven't looked at anything yet. That's what I've been trying to explain. So until I
Give him time.
So once I get my other stuff that I have going on,
His other stuff he has going on.
Well,
Things he can and
Ms. Rudis,
cannot
to be
tell.
fair, like the only thing, and I know you're in a spot, all of this is trickled down and funneled to you, and I hope that you don't feel like I'm being abrasive with you, but the only issue is this call would not have even going on this morning if I didn't have contact with the victims. So, you know, really, we want to know, and we deserve to know where this offender is. And but, no, I understand. You said that
The
before.
jail knows, he doesn't know.
No, I understand. Also, there's some things, you know, that are seemingly a little problematic with the supervision and when it started and, you know, initiated and things of that nature. So I do patiently await confirmation of where, you know, where he is or he isn't, because the status is unclear, unfortunately. And I hope that is something that you can straighten out, because we've been doing, a lot of us been doing this for a long, long time. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, you have a great day.
Thank you and have a good day. Now, I do realize that it may be very difficult on this recording to hear Brandon Lawson's probation officer's responses. That's why I really wish you would go over and watch FIZZLE's live. I'm using her footage without having asked permission ahead of time, but months and months ago, my friend FIZZLE told me that it was okay, so I'm doing it. Benny called Rudis, who does not know where Brandon Lawson is. Okay. This has been Lip Luck No More. Thank you for listening.